Hello and welcome. I'm going to show you how to make a vegan Philly cheesesteak. It's quite simple actually, and if my computer will obey, I'll show you how to make it. Okay, here we go. So you're going to want oyster mushrooms. I get about 2 really big heads. You can see this is how much. You're going to make actually more than that. And what I do is pretty simple. I put it in a bag because we're going to marinate it all, okay? So you're just going to go snip, snip, snip. Pretty much very simple. And I like to add at least 1 onion to this, chopped, as well as, 2 peppers. You can do more. This will make you 5 sandwiches, at least 5 to 6 sandwiches. So you're using pretty much everything except the bottom part of the stem. Same thing. Cutting all these up now. You can see what I'm doing here. And we're just doing that. Alright. And then, like I said, we're going to want, and these, people say these are expensive. Like I paid about $11 for all this. But that's the same that you'd be paying for pretty much a whole pack of burgers for people. So same difference. You're not actually paying more than what you think you are. High in vitamin D and other elements, and guess what? It's healthy for you, and it's affordable. So let's move on to the next step, which is going to be bell pepper and onion that you're going to put up in here, and then I'll show you how to make the marinade. Alright people, here you go. I've already done about 3 small bell peppers, kind of just like this, okay? And then as well as the onion. You're just going to put that on in there. And if you're going to do a lot more, then you might want 2 bags and to make more sauce. Okay, so just get on there. But that's pretty much it. That's your bell peppers, your onion, all of that. Now we're going to move on to the sauce, which of course is still going to be vegan. If you don't have vegan stuff and you want to use a little bit of animal protein, you can use Better Than Bouillon. I'm not going to use it against you if you are, but that needs to have, because I actually don't have anything else. So what you're going to do is I kind of eyeball it. You don't have to do it exact. I at least do this much, okay? And then I'm trying to we'll actually finish using all of that. That's kind of a lot, but again, you're going to use a decent amount. You can use Bragg's coconut aminos, okay? But I'm using some low sodium soy sauce. 1 to 2 tablespoons. Again, I'm just kind of measuring and eyeballing it in there. And I have the recipe that I am going to link because I did not come up with this recipe, but I like it. Then you're going to use your olive oil, and you're going to do a couple of tablespoons of that. Okay. And then you're going to definitely do a lot of onion and garlic powder. That's what gives it that taste. Again, you see me sprinkling it in there. And then you're going to do your garlic powder. Ooh, that was a lot. Hope you like garlic because I just put a crap ton in there. And then you're actually going to add, to thin out the bouillon that you put in there, you want to add a little bit of hot water. Okay. I would say anywhere from 1/4 to 1/2 cup is fine. Again, if you're doing the vegan broth, which you really should be doing, which also tastes good, you might just need to add some extra sea salt and that. Okay, we're going to get this a little bit more waterier. And again, if you want to be using bottled water, get all the stuff out there. Now what you're going to do, again, this marinade is very simple. We're going to pour it over there in a second into the bag. So I do not have balsamic vinegar because I think it's a waste to buy it. Excuse me behind there. So I actually use red wine. The thing is, if you're going to use red wine, which is fine, I'm going to do a few capfuls. Boom. You want to add sugar, okay, to balance that profile out. So again, I'm going to use a little bit of truvia. You can use brown sugar. You'd use a lot more brown sugar. And you're just going to sprinkle it. Sprinkle lightly. You want to even out the harshness of the acid. That's probably good. Stir that all in. You're going to let this marinate really for a day to get those flavors in. And so again, you're using vegan broth, balsamic vinegar. They say Worcestershire sauce. Again, you don't really need Worcestershire sauce, right? I'm going to be quite frank with you. Maybe you can add a little bit of apple cider vinegar if you want in there. Again, to get that flavor, a little bit of soy if you want, or Bragg's aminos, onion and garlic powder, so you can mess around with it a little bit, and that's what you're going to get. I did end up adding some apple cider, about 3 capfuls of that. Again, you can make it how you want. I will link the recipe now. Pretty easy. Okay, in your Ziploc bag. You're going to pour that bad boy in there. Oh, that looks so freaking good. Look at that. It looks amazing. And you don't need to add really any salt, because why? There's salt. You know, I'm just going to stir it up a little bit in here. And what you want to do is when you bake it, I am going to make a part 2 for when these actually get cooked. When you bake these guys, you do not want to crowd the pan. Okay, halfway through baking them, you can definitely put them all in one pan because they will shrink up. Okay, but you want to cook them for about an hour, flipping halfway in between. And I think I put them on either 375, I don't think 425, but you want them to get crisp, but they do cook for quite some while. And then you just get your bread, toast your bread, and I kind of toast my bread with the vegan cheese on it, because vegan cheese doesn't melt that easy. And then I top it with all this, with this bad boy, and I mean, it is out of this world good. I don't even like mushrooms, and you cannot taste the mushrooms in this. So, again, great for vitamin D support and everything else there. And you got your vitamin C with your bell peppers and your onions and your oleic acid with the garlic. I mean, this is just really good. And this is even diabetic friendly because I use just a little bit of truvia. And again, you can kind of, this is a decent amount. We may need even a little bit. No, the marinade's at the bottom. So what you need to do is just get the air out and then kind of just shake it around. There we go. And again, let that sit for a day. Worst case scenario, you need to add more. Do it. I doubt it though, because it does release pretty well. Okay? So after you're done massaging it, stick this bad boy in the fridge, and you're almost there to making your Philly cheesesteaks. Like I said, this can really serve 5 to 6 people, this amount right here. Thank you for watching, and catch me for part 2 of putting it together.